Hey guys, have you ever heard a song with like a sick Reese and then sat down and wondered upon how to make it? Well, today I'm gonna show you how to make some of these and how they work as well. So before we get into making it, I want to tell you a little bit about how Reesing works and why it happens. So a Reese is actually just another word for like phasing, and that probably sounds familiar to you because like phasers and all that stuff. So in a Reese you got this hovering type of pulsating sound. When you play a single sine wave, there's just a normal sound wave that looks something like this, and when you play another sine wave on top of it, it sounds just even stronger because it's the same signal just amplifying the original wave. But if you flip the top one upside down, you'll get something that sounds like this. Obviously nothing happened because when you play the exact same sound wave that's just inverted from the other one, it cancels out. So as you may know, different pitches of a sound have different wavelengths. A sine with a high pitch has a tighter and shorter wavelength than a sine that's played lower. So when you start playing two notes at the same time that has different pitch or wavelength, you're going to get these blind spots in between the peaks where you're not going to get any sound because they cancel each other out. When you think about it, white noise doesn't really have any repeating pattern like a sine wave or a saw, so it's pretty much just random noise as you would expect. So as you apply white noise to your sine wave and play two notes at the same time, in between your peaks, your noise is going to come through quite intensely. That's a word, right? Otherwise, the white noise just helps to make the sound super distorted when it's just playing together with a sine or a saw, for instance. So now I hope you pretty much know how Reesing works. So yeah, let's get into making it. So let's get started by showing you the bass patch. So the patch has a sine wave and a saw wave, and it has some noise. I think it's just the default noise, and there's no automating on the volumes, but there's an LFO doing like a master tune automation that goes like this. So you get this little impact at the start of the sound, so you can do more cool stuff with it. So you can probably see that there's high pass filter, which is just going downwards, and this is just nothing you have to worry about. So there's no effects because everything is done in post. So obviously this is how it sounds without any post processing. So it's really detuned with the saw wave, and you can hear that it's starting to like phase as I talked about. Let's just start off with adding an OTT. So this is gonna brighten up the whole thing and add some more high end to it. Let's add a saturator with a lot of depth, a lot of drive, about -10 on the output and about 60 on dry wet, -4 on the bass. And yeah, just adjust the frequency and you will get something like this. Now this sounds more neuro. And now it's already starting to sound like a nice Reese. After that, we're gonna add some EQing, which you can hear does quite a lot. It adds a lot more bass and takes away some mud maybe, then adds some stuff here and takes away some annoying frequencies. So after that, I just added just a fat rack from the internet. It just ties it together really well, I think. So after that, I added an erosion with some noise and these settings. And then I added another saturator to make it even more distorted. Some more EQing to get more high end and stuff. A dimension expander to make it more stereo. And then this EQ is making everything beyond this point and up stereo, so the rest is mono. So that's pretty much how to make this Reese. It sounds pretty good without doing any special Reesing with it. just like that. But I guess Reesing is pretty cool too. So depends on how many notes in between your two notes you're playing, like none. You're gonna get a slow Reese because the wavelengths are closer to each other, and if you put one semitone in between, you get an even faster one. And yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, I really hope you learned something from this, and give me feedback on what you think of the video editing, because I spent a lot of time on it. And yeah, so if you guys don't mind, let me just squeeze a little sponsor into the end. So Rocket Power Sound is putting out a wavetable bundle with 5 packs for only $5 instead of 25, so that's 5 for the price of 1, which is pretty good. So if you want to support me as well as getting some sweet wavetables, you can go check it out. So with that being, I think I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.